Welcome back to North Dakota. Today it is National Egg and Asparagus Month. Who knew? Not only are those two things delicious, they're also some of the most healthy foods we can eat. Renita is here to help us celebrate those two wonderful weeks. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm super excited because actually eggs and asparagus are two of my favorite foods. They are incredibly nutrient dense. So you know me, Monica, my message is we eat a lot of food-like products in the world.
Food-like products.
Food-like products.
Sort of like food.
But it's not really food, right? And so I am just like, get back to eating real food, real nutrients, because I just go back to that Hippocrates, let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. And I just say food first, pharma second, if we can do that. So I am so excited to talk about asparagus and eggs because they both are so incredibly nutrient rich. I know.
This out.
It's beautiful. Like, can they see that? It's so good. Oh, it's a quiche.
It's a quiche.
And so I made it this morning because, of course, eggs and asparagus. And instead of using like the pie crust or, you know how some people when they make the quiche, I actually used sweet potatoes.
Wow.
You'll never have a normal quiche again with a normal crust once you use the sweet potatoes on the bottom. I mean, it's so nutrient dense. It's high in beta carotene.
Sure smells
plus,
good.
it just kind of sweetens it up a little bit. So, do we have a couple graphics talking about eggs? Let's see if we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. And if not, we'll just talk about it. There we are. So they're very high quality protein, you guys. You got 6 grams of protein per egg. High in selenium. A lot of people are deficient in selenium in the world.
What does it do for you?
Well, it helps with a lot of female stuff, actually. Hormonal balance. And anytime we have hormonal balance, it's a great thing.
Okay.
The phosphorus, the choline, the B12. A lot of people are B12 deficient. And believe it or not, eggs are loaded with antioxidants. They're literally a superfood, you guys.
Okay, but let's back up. What's choline do for you?
Choline does a lot of different things. I mean, again, it goes with the hormonal regulation of the body, eyesight, nervous system health, brain development, all those things. I mean, it's all these things, right? And sometimes people say, I mean, are you making claims? I'm not making claims. The truth is, studies show that food, when we eat real food, our bodies begin to heal themselves. And it's literally kind of an inside job. So I'm just a big believer, let's get back into the kitchen, let's teach our kids how to cook.
That actually makes sense because when you think about it, you've got some foods that cause inflammation.
You got it.
And inflammation is what causes disease.
They say 99% of all diseases stem from an inflammatory state. So if we can reduce the amount of inflammation, and let's just be honest, eggs for many years got a bad rap.
They did because at first they were good for you, then they're bad for you, then they're good for you, then they're bad for you, and now we're kind of on the fence again here.
It's like, it depends on who you ask, right?
It kind of does.
The truth is that they have shown that the cholesterol in eggs will not increase your cholesterol levels. That is a certain thing that they've actually proven now, that by eating eggs, it's not going to make your cholesterol go up. So eat away, and don't throw away the yolks. The yolks have 11 nutrients just in the yolk alone. So a lot of people are, doing the egg whites because they're trying to cut the fat. Right. The truth is we need that healthy fat. Eggs are incredible for eye health, cataract prevention. So if you guys are watching this and you're worried about the cataracts, I mean, vitamin A deficiency in the world is the leading cause of blindness in the world, Monica. So by eating an egg a day with that good healthy yolk, it's really helping with the eyesight and the prevention of cataracts.
Okay.
So that's a huge thing. So let's get to asparagus, because what do these things look like? I always say the food that we eat, it looks like something and it usually helps with something. What do you think this looks like in your body? What does that look like in your body?
Your arteries, maybe.
Well, your bone. You got it. It's the bone. Give me 5 on the bone health. Okay,
yeah,
so
I know. You had to,
I had to.
Well,
yeah, I prompted you a little bit, but it's literally great for bone health and bone density. And so they say that when people eat more asparagus, their hair grows better, their nails grow better. There's a lot of great nutrients. And again, these are not claims. These are nutrients in these foods that studies show when we eat the right nutrients, our bodies begin to heal. It's that simple. Okay. So I love asparagus. So do you want to try this quiche?
I do, but we're going to go for a break first.
Okay,
All right.
Excited.
We will be right back, and then we're going to try it. All right, welcome back to North Dakota. Today we're talking about healthy foods, specifically today eggs and asparagus, and we're going to try this. But first we're going to put it on the PFC plate.
Yeah.
The PFC plate can be helpful if you don't know what to eat because it tells you right there on there what you should be eating.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something special that happened recently. The PFC plate was taken actually to Congress out in D.C. and given to 40 congressmen because they're rewriting our kids' meal program. So you're going to see this a lot of places besides Bismarck, but you knew it about here first. Okay, are you excited? Look at Monica, how beautiful this looks. First of all, can we just get a shot of that because it's so gorgeous? So what did I put in it? I started with the cast iron pan and I put the sweet potato kind of grated sweet potato on the bottom, okay, and then I just cooked that up with a little grass-fed butter or coconut oil you could use, and then I mixed up the eggs, of course, 2 tablespoons of garlic, nutrient-dense foods here, guys, basil, and then the asparagus. Okay, you ready to try?
Did you make up this recipe yourself?
Well, you know, I always take recipes and I kind of modify them to make them healthier, better. I want you to get some of that crust on the bottom. Can you cut it so you get the crust all the way down, Monica? Get the crust on the bottom because it's got the sweet potatoes on the very bottom. Can you see that on the bottom? Look at that.
I got it.
You got it? Do you see that? It's kind of crunchy on the bottom. So you got your asparagus. And I added a little bit of feta cheese.
A little bit of spice in there.
A little bit of spice. I added a little red pepper flake on top. You don't have to do that. Spiciness actually just helps to, again, improve the metabolism. And
it's delicious.
Isn't it good? Keep going. It's so good for you. And
one thing you may not know about Renita, she's an excellent cook.
I'm an excellent cook, and I'm kind of like the person that I don't really, my kitchen's not that organized. When you come to my house, you're like, did a tornado go through here? But you know what, my food is always healthy, it's always delicious, and I always think, gosh, if I can do it, really anybody can do it. You know, I was raised German, Monica. So Fleisch, Kikla, Kuchen, Blachinda, the Nifla soup, and I thank my mom that she taught me how to just use different ingredients, but I cleaned all that up, and I got away from the flour, and we're going back to the whole foods to nourish our bodies. So
very good.
The PFC plate makes it easy though, because this right here, what you're eating, would be a perfect balance of protein because of the eggs, of course, your fat because of the yolk and a little bit of the cheese, and then of the carbs are going to be the vegetables, all the vegetables that I threw in there. The sweet potato crust is the vegetable, so it's a nice balance of a perfect PFC.
And you know, the last time you were on, you brought a different recipe, which we've made several times in my family now.
Oh my gosh!
And it was like, I think it was like pigs in a blanket, only they weren't in a blanket.
I mean, because it's so easy, right? It was like 4 ingredients, and it literally tastes like pigs in a blanket. So this, too, is easy. I made it all in this one little cast iron pan. Made the crust first, mixed up the eggs, threw it in the oven for probably 30 minutes, and then I brought it over here. It was still hot when I brought it in.
Yeah, no, it is really delicious.
Yeah, and so if you don't have the PFC plate, if you're wondering how to eat, I'm going to tell you this will change your life, and hopefully it's about to change a whole lot of kids in our country as well. But this plate is actually going to be available. It is available on Amazon. It's available at Capital City Restaurant Supply here in town and the Bisman Community Food Co-op.
And you know, we've talked about this before, but I think it's important to look at this. So it shows you how many carbs to eat and what kind, whether you're a man, a woman, or a kid. Same with the protein, same with the fat. I mean, all the information that you need to have a healthy diet is on this one plate. And you don't need to go buy anything complicated.
Yeah, I love it when people say to me, do you have a list of the foods I should eat? I'm like, yeah, they're on the plate.
Yep.
Just take the plate with you to the grocery store. It's kind of like your grocery shopping list. But what I've realized is when people have a tangible tool, they're more likely to make the change. And literally every day, you're like looking down at the plate and you're saying, you're measuring your food. And you know this, Monica. We got rid of the scales in the bathroom and we got the food scale on the kitchen counter. And when you measure your food, it's literally resetting your metabolism.
All right. So go get that. Eat this. It's going to be great. And we'll have the recipe for you. So thanks. We'll be right back.
Eggs and asparagus.